Okay, College Algebra 2.4 is linear functions. It may or might not be assigned to you, but it is still a good review section in case you're particularly struggling with 2.6. So you can skip past it now if you want to, or you can watch it just in case, and you can come back if you struggle with 2.6. So a constant function is when you have f of x or y equals a number, which is a real, and a constant function is horizontal on the graph. A linear function through the origin is f of x equals bx, where b is a real number, and you have your slope, but it always goes to the origin when nothing is added or subtracted to it afterwards. That means your intercept is 0. Now calculating the slope between 2 points generally, slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and of course it doesn't matter which y value you set as the y1 or the y2, as long as the corresponding x value is the corresponding x1 over x2. So we won't do all of these, but we'll do some. Find the slope of the line that connects the following sets of points: 4, 6, and 1, 0. I'm just going to do them in order: x2, 1, y1, and x2, y2. So we have 0 minus 6 over 1 minus 4, which is negative 6, negative 3, which is 2. The slope between those 2 points is 2. We can go ahead and do, let's do C. Between negative 2, 7, and 5, 1, or 5, negative 1. So negative 1 minus 7 over 5 minus negative 2. This is negative 8 over 7. Can't be reduced, so your slope is negative 8/7. So as a reminder, all lines have a slope with the exception of a horizontal line, which has technically a slope of 0, but it doesn't look like it's increasing or decreasing. Has an equation y equals some constant. A vertical line has an undefined slope. These are defined by x equals something, and those are not functions because they fail the vertical line test at whatever value of x you've got. So graphing linear functions, I would convert it to the form y equals mx plus b. B is your intercept. That is, if you plug in 0 for x, it'll be the y value, and then you can use your slope, the rise over run, to graph another point. You only need 2 points to graph a line. You can also graph the x and y intercepts if you want, if you have something like this. I think it's easier to do slope intercept though. So to get y by itself, we subtract the 3x to the other side, and we divide by 4. So y is negative 3/4 x. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So what does that mean? We start at 0, 2. And the negative 3/4 is rise over run. So that really means down 3 and to the right 4. It's always to the right, if the positive. But down 3 and to the right 4, you can also go up 3 and to the left 4. This represents negative 3 over 4. So down 3 to the right 4. You can keep making more points if you want. But if you put the negative, if you say this is 3 over negative 4 instead, that represents up 3 and to the left 4. That'll give you points on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you draw your line, do your points, and that's it. Let's try it again. 7x minus 3y equals 6. So negative 3y equals negative 7x plus 6. Divided by negative 3. Y equals 7/3 x minus 2. So that means we start at the point 0, negative 2, down here. Rise over run, 7 over 3, so up 7, right 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Now also, what else is equal to 7 over 3? Negative 7 over negative 3, because negative over negative is positive. So you can also do down 7 and left 3 to get points. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Then you play connect the dots. and you've got a line. And there's other info you can get instead. If they give you a point and a slope, all you have to do is plot that point, so 0, 3. Then it says use the slope of 1/2. So again, this is rise over run, up 1 over 2 to get other points. So you can plot it. Since it doesn't say you have to get the equation, we can leave it like this. However, it should be really easy for us to get the equation because it's y equals mx plus b, and we are given 0, 3. So 1/2 x plus 3. It's not always going to be the 3, but because it gave us the 0 point, it is. But we plot, we get this. So how would you find the equation of the line without that? So we know y equals m, 1/3 x plus b. We can plug in the point, -4, -2 to get it. So -2, which is y, equals 1/3 of -4 plus b. So -2 equals -4/3 plus b. Add the 4/3. This is -6/3 plus 4/3, which is -2/3. So your total equation is y equals 1/3 x minus 2/3. Now again though, we don't really need that to graph. We go to -4, -2. We use a slope of 1/3, up 1 over 3, or down 1 and to the left 3. But either way, that gets us the same line that we would have gotten with the 1/3 x minus 2/3. It does look like it crossed roughly at -2/3, and so we're fine. There are also some word problems that might come up. Some of them were just a fancy way of asking for slope. The number of food stamp recipients in 1994 was 23 million. In 2004, it was 18 million. Find the average yearly rate of change. So we have our x1, we have 1994 and 23 million. Then we got 2004 and 18. So it's just finding slope. y2, 18 minus 23 over 2004 minus 1994 are x values, which is -5 over 10, or -1/2. Now what does that actually mean? This is in millions. It means, on average, food stamp recipients went down 500,000. Per year from 1994 to 2004. So word problems generally have word answers. Let's look at the next page, other applications. There's another one where it's going to be similar to that. Now find the revenue function, cost function. So the thing is, the break-even point is when revenue equals cost. So find the revenue function, cost function, and profit. Profit function is just revenue minus cost, and break-even point. Fixed cost, $300, cost per unit, and sale price. So your cost function is always your fixed costs plus your cost per unit times x. Your revenue function is always your sale price times x. That's how much you're selling for per item. Okay, your profit function is revenue minus cost. 22x minus 12x is 10x. 0 minus 300, so minus 300. Your break-even point is either where profit is 0 or revenue equals cost. So if you set your profit equal to 0, 10x minus 300 equals 0, add the 300 to the other side. 300 equals 10x, divide by 10, means x equals 30. So what does that mean? That means to break even, you have to produce and sell 30 units, and from there you can start making money. And that's really all of 2.4.